I feel like that's the most natural thing for humans. That's the way animals do it. They don't have any kind of type of purification system. What's up, gang? Today I just want to talk to you guys about drinking water, and if you're going to do it, some things that I'd recommend as far as the types. So let's get right into it. In what order would I recommend a type of water to be drank, and why? I'll give I'm not going to go deep into it. You guys know me. I'm not going to do all the scientific information. I'm going to use what I feel is common sense, and you can take it for what it's worth. So the number one thing I would recommend, if you can do it, is natural spring water. If you can find yourself a spring somewhere that you trust, that's good quality, go and load up, get you some glass bottles. If you got to store it in some plastic, fine. But get you some natural spring water. There's a lot of places that you can find springs. I'll post a link below that actually has a spring finder. It's not completely accurate or up to date, but if you want to find one near you, you can do that. It's not ideal really to just go and purchase some. You want to get it fresh, flowing, something that's got energy in it, and vibrations. If you're buying stuff that's stagnant, it's been bottled and sitting for a while, it's not going to have the same effect. I feel like that's the most natural thing for humans. That's the way animals do it. They don't have any kind of type of purification system as far as removing everything out of the water. So I believe that's optimal. And of course, I understand that it's not optimal depending on where you live. Where I live, I can't get natural spring water. There's not a place around here that I trust. There is one spot, and I don't trust it. I know what's around the surrounding area, and I don't trust it. So I have a distiller, which brings me to my next recommended type of water is a distiller. If you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, a distiller is a good way to go. They range anywhere from $200 to upwards of $1,000. The one I have that was so graciously given to me, it costs about $600, and it makes a little less than a gallon every 3.5 hours. And it'll run your electricity bill up a little bit if you're sitting there drinking gobs and gobs and gobs. But if you're on a fruit-based diet like me, I rarely drink water. I might drink a cup or so every week, and there's some times where I might not drink any for a week. So it's really not that bad. I think I can make, it's like once a month I drink a gallon, and that's pushing it. And I probably wouldn't say it's a gallon because I don't even make it. It's probably a half a gallon if I had to guess. Distilled water removes every single thing out of the water. There's nothing but pure hydrogen and oxygen. And I feel it's probably the best option next to spring water, because with the third option, which is a reverse osmosis system, it's more convenient, but it still leaves some things behind. You can get one of those for about $170. I'll post a link below. I used to have one. They were really nice. It's nice because you don't have to sit there and make it. You have a faucet. It hooks right into your tap water, and it goes into a holding tank, and then it's readily available. And they can make up to about 75 gallons a day. And I don't know anybody that's going to use that much just for drinking, or even any kind of like washing dishes or anything like that. The link below, it comes with a really nice faucet. So it's pretty nice. What can I say? It's got filters as well. That's one thing I forgot to mention about distilled. The distilled really don't take a filter. There's a charcoal filter, that polishes off, kind of refines the taste at the end of the process. It's not required, but you can replace that like once every 6 months or something. It's a few bucks. The reverse osmosis, depending on how much you use it, about every 6 months. And the way you can test it is by what they call a TDS meter, total dissolved solids. You can get those for about $8 to $10, I believe, on Amazon. I'll post a link to the one I have. And if you get the reverse osmosis system, you can check this. And once your TDS meter shows a ppm, which is parts per million, reading of I would probably say you want to try to get it below 20. I would probably say if it gets, a reverse osmosis system should get you anywhere between 3 ppm to maybe, I don't know, 7 from what I've done in research. So if it starts getting up to around like 10, 15, you might want to think about replacing it. And the replacement filters are like $30. So even if you had to do that like 3 times a year, as you're looking at $90. The only downfall, and I will mention this about a reverse osmosis system, is that most systems, for every gallon of water it makes, it wastes about 3 gallons just by way of the process. If you have a way to shoot the hose out outside somewhere from inside, that'd be ideal, because then you could shoot into a holding tank somewhere, and then you could use that water for something else, so it wouldn't be wasted. So you could use it for watering the plants or anything else. It'd be basically tap water that's left over. So those are my recommendations. Obviously, after that would be bottled water. You want to try to get you a good spring water, if I would suggest one, and that's kind of as a last resort if you're getting in a bind somewhere and you wasn't really prepared. Get you a nice good spring water. Stay away from like the main stuff like Dasani or Ozark, kind of the big companies. And really all of them, they're really not that great anyway. They are spring water that has been either spring water or tap water, and they've been taken and they've been put through a purification process. And it's just, again, it's stagnant water. It's been sitting there a while. It's been hot. It's been cold, back and forth. And I just don't feel safe drinking that regularly. And there's been a lot of recalls with bottled water before. People don't actually realize that. So I'm just not a big supporter of bottled water. They go and take water that we've already paid for, that's rightfully ours, and they go and charge you more for it. So if you don't have to buy bottled water, don't. That's why I recommend one of these 3 options above. Then you can get you some glass jars, glass water bottles, and you can take it with you on the go, and you don't have to worry about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit informative for you, help you maybe make some decisions when you're out and about. And good luck with everything. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe below. Have a good one.